All right, another one. We're getting back to the first video I ever did, or that artist, suggested by Daps to listen to an album called Ego Spect. I'm not going to get into the full album yet. Maybe I won't even do this full album um, on a reaction, anyways. But I'm going to do another one of the songs at least for now, and I may continue to piece off the songs from this album and then listen to the whole thing on my own, or I might just go ahead and do the whole album when I've got time. But we're gonna do this song here tonight. It's one of the ones that he suggested that I listen to after I'd already chosen to listen to the title track. Um, he put a comment on my video to help explain things. He said, for context, this is one dude. I had a thought in my mind at one point during listening to it that it was one dude because it reminded me a lot of Jacob Collier and what he was doing. And when I went back and researched it, those dudes like kind of started doing this in their first albums like around the same time, or they started doing this type of stuff around the same time. So, I don't know if like there was any knowledge of one another when they were doing it, or if Jacob got his stuff from this guy. And forgive me, I don't remember what his name is, but Sheepdog and Wolf. Jacob Collier got kind of some of his inspiration from the stuff that was on this, or if maybe they just had similar influences, or it was just kind of like a similar, spawn of influences in music of the time coming out in a similar artist. Like, two people born on the other opposite sides of the globe can be kind of doppelgangers and look the same because maybe they've had similar heritages and it's just all lined up right. It kind of reminds me of this. Now, that was just based on the one song that I heard from him, so this could be completely different, and it'd be like, okay, he's very different. It's way different. It's not even close. But it reminded me of that, and the fact that this dude plays all the instruments, even better, even cooler, because then I start to listen to it a little bit more from like, okay, what's his native instrument? What's his main? What's his most comfortable instrument? Obviously, like with Jacob Collier, it's keyboard or piano, but he can play everything else, and he's super natural and super amazing at everything else. But I wonder if I can discern or guess on that. But yeah, I'm just excited to get into this one. The song is called "Breathe," which is one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs. So same title. So it's a lot to live up to here with this title of the song. But yeah, we're gonna get into this one off Ego Spect called "Breathe" by Sheepdog and Wolf. And yeah, I'm excited. So without further ado, let's do it. All right, we're gonna go back a little bit and talk about that. Um, Drum intro, fire, obviously. Real tight delay or reverb on there where it's like a heavy reverb, like effect on the fader, heavy, but it's like a real tight, small room, and it's like real. There's not a lot of like, I don't know if you call it decay, or I'm a kind of a novice with that stuff, but not a lot of delay. Maybe it's just a real tight delay, but obviously it makes it sound sick. Makes all those double kicks sounds like quadruple kicks almost and stuff. So that's cool. I can't quite put. I'd have to listen to it a few times probably to get the what time signature we're in. It might hit me a little bit more clearly as we listen to the rest of it. But yeah, really cool drum intro. Seems to repeat. Cool chords, yeah. Multiple woodwinds. So maybe he's primarily a woodwind player or started playing some woodwinds. I mean, great drumming. It wouldn't surprise me if he was a drummer first.
I just wanna be out of this box already, somewhere I can breathe. But then I really leave
So good.
everything that gives you me to find what might not be. I know there must be more. Walking down this darkened hall, splitting the floor. Have I chosen the right door? Now that I've decided, can I even make the one? Am I able? Everything I need. Misgivings and worries.
So good.
Am I able? Everything I need. Misgivings and worries.
Oh, so good. So far, I hate to stop it. It's almost like this one you can't stop. So far, I'm getting. Oh, Breathe is such a good title because you kind of feel that breath, breathing. Um, I feel like I'm getting a lot of. I don't want to say tribal. A little bit maybe, just such cool chords. The vocal and the drums seem very like tribal. Like I know it's not like out of beat or anything like that, but it's like some kind of five. Like there's some measures. There's like a there's got to be some kind. It's some kind of five as in sevens and extra two beats in there, and it's some sort of kind of hybrid meter where it's like 5, 8, 2 or something like that. 5, yeah, 7, 2 or whatever. Um, excuse me, but yeah, it's really given me like a very like um, not tribal so much, a little bit tribal, but like a little like more like ancient music kind of feeling type thing. The woodwinds are great. The chords that he's building with that, the chords and the kind of the offsetting melodies and stuff that he's building with, the kind of the quote unquote background vocals and the lead type stuff sounds really cool. Obviously, the tone of the voice is just really nice because he's got a real clean, nice falsetto, but there's just a little bit of dirtiness to it at times or on some of the tracks that he's laid down that sounds really good. And Yeah, the drums cool. This cool little drum break here in the middle again with the vocal, similar to the drums at the beginning, right? Or the same beat or a similar beat, just with the cross stick rather than the snare. So he builds it up. So he's built it up to this, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Take Five by Brubeck. And it almost sounds like it's almost like a 1-4-5 change, honestly. Yeah, oh, I love that. So what is that sound? Awesome guitar in the back too. Just kind of noticing that a little more. It's almost like a simple swell mixed with like chorded woodwinds, like harsh, or maybe it's just a synth or a keyboard. So nice. You can hear the right and left, the vocal, and the right and left ear, where the S on worries ends at different times. Uh-huh. Right first, then left. Oh, I mean, like, things don't have to be perfect. Every single element of that almost came in at a slightly different time, but it doesn't matter. It sounded so good. It's repeating that theme again now, and he's just adding things. He added the horns. Now he's added this sick-ass bass line. Where are we with this? It'll help me with hearing the bass. F sharp. And on your. So you're kind of in this F sharp 1-4-5 thing, because I think he goes to the 5 too. Yeah. Oh, 5 again. Now I hear a lot of different little guitar things happening with like maybe a horn. Like you're hearing some guitar stuff that's kind of the so almost like there's almost like a Little noodling like that. Yeah, this is what what does that remind me of? It's like a '60s like freak out kind of a thing or something. So good. It's almost like drown out the drums completely. I was thinking the ending like that might be appropriate. That was dope. That was so dope. One more time, just the end. On it. On it. That's awesome. Man, a lot there. Really, really cool. Yeah, I can't say a whole lot about it because I haven't really heard anything like it before. Um, there's pieces of that that made me think of different things, but that as a whole, I haven't really heard anything um, quite like that. Um, it was amazing. It was really, really well done. I mean, forget the fact that it's one guy doing it, just all those parts, layering all those things. I mean, you're spending probably weeks or a week. I mean, I don't know, maybe you just knocked it out in 2 days or a day, but you're spending quite a bit of time thinking some of that stuff through. And if not, just all that time recording all those tracks. I mean, I can imagine what the DAW looked like, scrolling for days on different tracks. I mean, he probably had stuff all tidied up and bust in and all that stuff. But I mean, I can imagine how, like, are there four guitar tracks, a bass track or two, maybe more, a drum track? Did he double any of those drums? Is there already just a couple of drum tracks just to get the effects on one of them, and then maybe you doubled some, so you've got three or four drum tracks? You've got 6 to 8 different kind of horns happening. I don't know if he's playing that many different horns, but maybe multi-tracking some of those things for different reasons. You're probably 40, 50 different audio tracks on that song, easy. And then figuring out how you're going to piece them all together and how you're going to make them sound different. Like, it's almost like when I hit that, there was that one part where they all, and it happened several times in the song, where when it's like time for him to come in to like add the next set of layers or to the next top of the form, with like an extra vocal and a couple extra instruments and something like that. They kind of all like fell in, close to the beat, but not all on the beat. And I can just imagine it's just him, pre-rolling that thing and like just trying to come in at the right time by himself to his own music, and how difficult that might have been. And like with the counts and that, it's probably pretty difficult. And just like, he's not going to always come in on the downbeat, wherever that is, perfectly every time. So you kind of stumble into some of those hits, which you really heard. I think there was one Spotify. I don't know if I can get back to it. That was pretty clean, right? but it's in this section. That was pretty clean too. Like right there. A few of those voices kind of came in at different times, but it's really close, and it kind of sounds, kind of adds to it. It almost adds like a human element to it. Cool. That was really cool. I liked that. Yeah, man. Might have to continue to go through some of the tunes on this album because I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing so far on this, and there's a lot to talk about. I didn't really get into the music and chord changes a ton just because I can't quite comprehend everything he's doing. I mean, I think generally I'm hearing in this beat this F sharp. It's kind of like a F sharp 1 4 5 type of a thing. Something like that. I mean, in that realm, and that. Kind of noodling in there somewhere, and yeah, it was just really fun. Fun listen. So yeah, I guess that's it for that one. And yeah, keep them coming. Good suggestion there, Daps. I can tell by that was one of your favorite ones on this album. That was really cool.